Good morning and welcome to Waking Up with Don. Today I have a guy that you may not recognize, but you'll recognize his work. I have Bob Duato from Bob's Original Sculptures here in the studio today, and he's going to tell us about his unique way of making a living. Bob, thanks so much for coming on the show.
All right.
And there's some really, your work is very recognizable around town, but people may not know you.
Right.
But they know the Ripley's ship that's sinking there.
Right.
You created that, didn't you?
Well, like on that Ripley's boat, they had a blueprint for it, and they saw me building these big sharks and killer whales and whatnot on the beach.
So you've built all that stuff too.
And they saw that, and they were having trouble trying to figure out how to build that thing from the blueprint. They contacted me, and I ended up doing the outer shape and painting it and all that, and redesigning some of it, but going off the blueprint. But
well, I think anybody who's seen Arnold High School knows those marlins out in front. Yeah. You created those as well, didn't you?
Well, there's one marlin. It's a 12-foot marlin. That They contacted me about that. They knew about me once again from doing stuff around town there for a while. People did kind of know me around here when I first came down here from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I did that, and I also did an eagle for Southport Elementary, and I've done quite a few things.
Let me ask you this: how does somebody get into this line of business? I mean, it's not where you start out. Sometimes that I've found, Bob, it's where you kind of end up, I guess. Right. I mean, when you were a little boy, did you say, "Well, someday I'm going to grow up to build, big sculptures"?
No, As a matter of fact, even 12 years ago, I didn't think that, but. I came from my mother raised me up, and my brother and sister in Massachusetts, and she was very creative, and and I guess I inherited that. I was always a good artist and all that. I just never felt like I could make a living at it when I was younger. But and when I was like 18 in Tampa, that's where my dad lives. I was kind of seeing this girl when I was younger and kind of wild, and her dad did these sculptures and did it in pretty much the technique I use now. And. Right. And I really didn't think that much of it at the time, but I think it stuck in my head how he did it and whatnot. And when I became somewhat successful later on, I was a contractor for years and years, a painting contractor and a builder. But in my spare time, I started exploring stuff, and people started saying, "Hey, you can make a living at this." And I was in my.
These are concrete sculptures, or are they fiberglass? Or
yeah, it's concrete. I weld a rebar frame. I bend the rebar. I lay it out on the floor and do an outline, and then do ribs and struts, and then I tie wire lath to it, and then it's pretty much like a scratch coat, finish coat of special type of concrete, and then a lot of the small stuff I paint with automotive base coat, clear coat, so it almost looks like fiberglass.
It's an incredible process, and maybe after this break you can show us some of your work.
Okay.
All right. You're watching Waking Up with Don, and we're going to your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm. westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Bob from Bob's Outdoor Sculptures. Is that the name of your business, Bob?
Bob's Original Sculptures.
Original Sculptures.
Yeah.
Why did I say outdoor? Probably because they're all outdoor for the most part.
Yeah.
You ever do anything indoors?
Yeah, well, I've done some stuff for inside nightclubs and I've done some crazy stuff inside.
Well, speaking of crazy stuff, you got some pictures of some of your art that I think people would recognize. Now, what is this thing that we're looking at right now, Bob?
That's a shark on Thomas Drive I did when I first came down here about 10 years ago. And then from there, I ended up, everybody contacted me and wanted more of them. But
what's that made out of? Is that concrete as well?
It's concrete. The same system I use on the smaller ones, a rebar welded frame with ribs and strut rebar, and then tied wire lath and scratch coat, finish coat concrete.
Yeah, let's take a look at the next one. If you can flip that next one over, we'll get a look.
All right, these are dolphins that I do. This is the type of thing I might do for somebody for a poolside or a small thing to put in front of a business. It's the same system as it's concrete, but the smaller stuff I use a lot of times. I'll use the base coat, clear coat finish. Gives it almost a fiberglass look.
Yeah, it does. It looks so shiny. You ever make a fountain out of something like that, or?
Yeah. In fact, like for Arnold High School, that marlin I did for Arnold High School, that's set in the fountain, and I've actually built water gardens with waterfalls and for koi ponds and water plants and whatnot.
Now what's this deal here? Now this is this little screaming eagle. I'm saying little. Is that you standing there?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay,
I've gotten a little more grace since then.
You got a lot more hair in that picture,
too. That's my shop in Southport, and I built that. I built that eagle just because I felt like building it during a time when I had some time off after I did a bunch of those big things, and as soon as it was out being seen, Southport Elementary wanted, and I ended up selling it to them.
Well, let's take a look at the next one. I can't grab. Can you grab that one?
Yeah.
And we'll see what we're looking at here.
Right.
Now, what's this sculpture all about?
Yeah, that's the Arnold High School Marlin I did for them.
That is just beautiful, and that's such a brand now for Arnold High School. You know, I mean, that's the name of their team and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's,
and when I did that, I worked. I think it was the agriculture class. I came down there and talked to the kids. It was pretty neat. You know, I kind of got them involved a little bit when I designed it, and we talked about staying off drugs and all that kind of stuff. Whatever.
But what's that make you feel like, knowing that your work is going to pretty much live on forever?
Well,
well, like something like that. Hello.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks like
okay.
That's an ambitious piece of work right there.
Yeah.
The Ripley's Museum.
To me, you know, people think, you know, like, oh, that was your crown achievement, whatever, but really it wasn't. You know, they had a blueprint for it. They were having trouble on how they were going to pull it off, and they saw me building these big walk-through fish and sharks and whatnot, and I did it, you know, and it was.
That's something else, Bob. It's really something to be proud of.
Well,
we're so out of time, it's not funny. How do people get in touch with you, and what else are you up to quickly?
All right. Well, there's a woman right down the road here, Sugar Britches, children's clothing. She does a lot of charity work, and she's helped me. So I build these pirate boats, and she's helped me with my sculptures and all that, and she's really taught me what it's like to help other people. You know, I also do murals. I'm doing some murals on a building down in Panama City.
So if I want a giant sculpture done, or I want a mural done, how do we get in touch with you?
You get in touch with me on Facebook, Bob Duato, or my phone number is 850-896-8967. And
Bob Duato, this is just phenomenal work, and we just don't have enough time to do it all. But you're welcome back anytime. And someday I'm going to come out and visit you and see you at work.
All right, yeah. You're more than welcome.
And we'll be right back after your Max Biz tip.
Zenobia Andrews here, your business system strategist, and I am delighted to be bringing you your Max Biz tip for today. Now, our topic for today is procrastination and what it does to your potential. Procrastination and what it does to your potential. What is procrastination? You know, procrastination is forcing you to put things off that you need to do now. Delaying things, important things that you're responsible for and you're accountable for. Now, what are the effects of procrastination? Number one, it burns you out. It makes you feel like you have so much of anxiety and overload. And also it makes you feel lazy and unmotivated to do the things that you're accountable to do in your business, in your relationships. Procrastination has a way of affecting all of these different areas of your life. But I'm here to share with you that your potential is only as great as your will to fight off procrastination when she comes knocking on your door. So your potential is your power to overcome procrastination. And I'm here to tell you that you can do it. And the key to it is having that mindset of being a non-procrastinator. You know, we don't have time for that rush, waiting to the last minute anymore, my friend. Today is your day to activate, to move now in what you're supposed to be doing in your business, in your relationships, as you're accountable in your life. Listen, I'm Zenobia Andrews, your business system strategist, and I am here to support you. You can reach me at www.zenobiaandrews.com. And if you follow me on social media, hey, I will definitely follow you back. Let's continue to press towards the max.
Welcome back to the show. We're going to spend a few minutes with David Powell from Innovations Credit Union. David, what's cooking at Innovations nowadays?
Man, Don, you know we always got something going on over there at Innovations. Just trying to spread the message of we got some free checking accounts. We're making all kinds of loans.
Did I hear you say free?
Free checking, Don. It's unbelievable.
That's one of my favorites.
For both individuals and businesses. Something that did just recently, we rolled out a brand new car loan rate at 1.29%.
Wow.
So limited time only, come buy a car, 1.29%.
You are giving cars away over there, aren't you?
Well,
not quite.
Almost. But speaking of cars, while we're not in the car business per se of selling them, it turns out we do have a few.
Oh, do you?
That we've secured from some borrowers that didn't want them anymore. And
Really?
so if you wanted to see what kind of cars we had to offer, well, you can find that on our website,
Really?
innovationsfcu.org.
Innovationsfcu.org. I can fish around in there, and I can find some cars that you guys have.
We've acquired some.
That you acquired some. And
I'd be glad to make a loan for those.
obviously. Yeah. And I'm thinking it'd be a pretty good price, too, on
Pretty
those
good
cars.
price,
Yeah.
as low as 1.29. Obviously, you have to have qualified credit. And
Certainly.
those kind of things.
No, that's actually pretty cool. Now, tell me about the credit union. What's the big difference between a credit union and a bank?
Well, credit unions are non-profit, member-owned organizations. When you go down to the credit union, they say you have to be a member of the credit union, and to be a member of the credit union simply means you have to put $5 in a savings account. That establishes your membership. And so to be a member of Innovations Credit Union, you have to live, work, play, worship, volunteer. You have to do some activity in
And by
Bay
law,
County.
you guys are kind of limited as to where you can bank.
In
You're not a
Bay
big
County.
nationwide thing.
Nope.
You're a local,
Nope.
community-based.
We are just in Bay County. So the difference is credit unions are owned by their membership, and banks are owned generally by shareholders, investors,
By corporations.
like corporations. And so at a bank, they are driven mainly to focus on the enhancement of the value and price of that stock, of their shares.
They have a responsibility
So
to their shareholders.
you'll find that most banks are fee-driven. There's a lot of fees, a lot of charges for little things in most cases. Credit union is very basic. We got free checking. We charge you some interest on some loans, and we're not driven every day to enhance the stock price because we don't have stock. We're driven to provide value and service for our members.
So every
very
member, in a way, is an owner, aren't they?
Every member is an owner, and every member has a say. Every year we have an annual meeting where the membership is invited. We have about 18,000 members. They do not all attend, but some do, and they have opportunity there to get an update about the state of the credit union in terms of our financial condition. They get opportunity to vote on the board of directors, and something you won't find at a bank is the bank customers don't generally go and vote for the board of directors.
No,
for the
they
institution.
don't. They may complain about them, but yeah.
So it's a really different setup. We're really focused on providing service for our members.
Now, how big is Innovations? How many branches do you have?
Innovations has 6 branches, obviously all here in Bay County because we're a Bay County credit union. Our corporate home office, where all of our senior officers are and decision making, is on Thomas Drive, that office has been there for 40 years. They're on Thomas Drive across from Navy Base.
Right.
And then we have a branch, well-hidden branch on 23rd Street, right next to Publix, right across the street from your Fox Studios.
That's
here,
right.
Don.
Right. I can stumble right across the street and do
right
some
there,
banking right there.
tucked in a little side street by Publix for your viewers that may not know where that is. And then we have an office downtown on Jinx Avenue, just north of 6th Street. We have a new office in Callaway across from the Super Walmart.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, a new office in Lynn Haven,
That's where I bank.
right next to Sonny's Barbecue. So I'm sure
Perfect.
you probably saw a little stop there for some depositing and some lunch.
Little plug for Sonny's there.
Yeah. And then we have an office at the west end of the beach, just west of Highway 79, and a little storefront out there. So 6 branches for coverage in Bay County.
So if you live in Bay County, there's a branch near you.
Very, very
Now,
likely.
if I live outside of Bay County, can I be a member?
There are some ways to be a member. If you work, for example, in Bay County. So if you lived in Washington County and drove into Bay County for work every day, we can certainly qualify you there. It's easy enough.
Well, how do I find out more about it? What's your website?
Innovationsfcu.org. You can find us, or you could call 233-4400.
David Powell, thanks a lot for getting us smart on Innovations Credit Union.
You bet, Don.
And we'll be right back. Welcome back to the show. I have Scott Fryer and Cody Bennett, not Cody Banks,
That's right.
from Barbed Wire Creek, and you guys are a band. You're 2 out of 4
Yes, yes,
from this local band that's been playing around town for how long now?
About a year and a half.
About a year and a half
Yes,
now?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, you guys have played a few different places. Now, you obviously play the guitar, right?
A little bit.
Okay.
I'm learning.
Yeah, I know. I heard you in the waiting room there.
Yeah.
I got a long way to go before I'm
You're
happy
ripping
with it. So I'll probably be dead and still figuring out stuff.
Well, that's the whole art thing of it. You're
Yes,
always
sir.
finding new ways. And you're the drummer, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And you're working hard at it.
Very hard.
Yeah.
Very hard with these guys, for sure.
So how did you guys get together as a band? How'd all that gel?
You want to go or I want to go?
Well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
Looks like he's going.
Cody had asked me. Cody had started the band, but he had asked me about a year and a half ago to do a fill-in.
Yeah.
And I did, and I didn't really know what to expect. Just to go play the gig and have a good time and whatnot. And it turned out to be, it was a Friday Fest gig. Had 3 days to learn, their set list, and we rehearsed a few times and had a lot of fun and enjoyed it. And next thing, I get a call. Well, so what do you think?
So Cody, when it clicks, right?
Right.
When it works, it works.
Yeah, I was like, please stay, stay.
So you that was your newest member.
Right. Yeah. Well, after 3 months, it was just like he did in 2 days what we'd covered, and it was so much. It was.
He was like, "Are you gonna stay?" And I'm like, "You really want me?"
Then I found a couple other guys finally that we're all on the same page now. We're all going to the top, and we're not stopping until we get
It's
there.
sort of like a personality family thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Isn't
Absolutely.
it? I mean,
Absolutely.
personality's got to gel. Your styles have to gel,
Right.
and you got to like the same type of music, I suppose, right?
I tell you, yeah, we're all weird about music. We like country and like old Muddy Waters, Stevie Ray Vaughan, just all the blues stuff, and then we got a Queensryche, and then
Oh, man.
oh yeah, we got a Queensryche, Motley Crue, Kill Switch, Engage, Bullet for My Valentine. The whole band are all metal heads, and we're all blues heads. That's one thing about our music. It's so hard hitting and crazy because it has every aspect, even if it's out of line, it's there.
Yeah. So you guys are all over the map musically.
That's right.
But what's your signature song, or what's your flavor? I mean, is it country, or is it just everything?
That question I've never been able to answer. Excuse me.
You don't have a signature kind of sound or anything?
I mean,
What did Lance Lacey say that one day?
redneck metal.
I'm down with that.
No, it's not really. It's just really a blend. I mean, obviously, it's going for the more, the country genre of anything. In my opinion, we have, country's getting really popish and all this stuff, and it's cool and all that stuff. But I would just like to put the originality, be one of the bands that put the originality back into it. 4 guys up there just not needing anything else but the instrument they have in their hand compared to pushing a button.
Yeah, all that studio stuff.
Yeah, I just want to bring the rock and roll to speak to it, if you will.
Well, maybe you guys can play something for us after this break.
Oh, no doubt.
All right, what do you got planned? Anything big?
I don't know.
We'll
figure it out.
We'll figure it out during this commercial break. We'll be right back with Barbed Wire Creek after these messages. Welcome back to the show. I'm here with Scott and Cody from Barbed Wire Creek, and they're going to do a little bit of hillbilly headbanging for us. And what's the name of the song, guys?
Welcome to the woods.
Okay, so redneck metal. Welcome to the woods. Take it away, guys.
You ready? Me, son, but never back down from a fight. Why don't you move a little closer, house? The light turning out your lights. Cause I was raised up to hold my own. Loaded on up, praying on. Punching that clock from dusk till dawn. As I make a little tree to get my drink on. Strap up your boots, grab some beer. Cigarette your kicky just to get in here. Head out to a place on the country most county can. I wonder where. My drums up. Oh, you don't need an invitation. Well, all a part of a redneck nation, 'cause God made a special place for you and me. In the winter time, we'll be up in the stand. We're hunting all across the buckland. And in the summertime, you can catch us in the creek. But when the sun goes down, and all you crazy hits come on out. We were raised up the whole night wrong. Loaded on up, praying on home. Punching that clock from dusk till dawn. As I make a little chin and up your boots, grab some beer. Consider it your ticket just to get in here. Headed out to a place where the country folks got it good. Oh, welcome to the West. Oh, welcome to the West. Give me that drum, ready?
Get on.
Kick it. Huh. So baby, slide on those old cut-ons. Hop in the truck, cause then we're gonna ride it out to a place we call home. We were raised up to hold our road, loaded out with nothing bread on home. Punching that clock and us too wrong. It's gonna make a little shit and get our drink on. Strap up your boots, grab some beer. Consider it your ticket just to get in here. Headed out to a place where the country folks got it good. We're headed out to a place where the country folks got it good. Welcome to the West. Oh, welcome to the West. Get on, son. Let's go.